One of the things we'll occasionally be doing here on the 260 is showcasing unique companies based in Northeast Indiana. And today we want to introduce you to a remarkable manufacturing story, Janus Motorcycles in Goshen, Indiana, who hand-build motorcycles that look like they rolled out of the 1920s. It's a story about entrepreneurship, craftsmanship, and how to find success by not following the crowd. I want to welcome their co-founder and CEO, Richard Worsham, and marketing coordinator, Amy Worsham. Welcome to the 260.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, thanks for being here, and thanks for bringing your super cool bike. I am a motorcycle rider and a motorcycle enthusiast.
Wonderful.
And I ran across one of these in a parking lot, and I was just dumbfounded. And I was looking at it, and all of a sudden, the guy who owned it walks back, and he told me these are made right here in Indiana. And I'm like, I cannot believe that. This is so cool. Tell us the Janus story. How did this begin?
Yeah, so I came out here to Indiana. I'm from the East Coast to go to Notre Dame, study architecture. But I got distracted by vintage bikes when I came out here and met a guy in Elkhart who ran a vintage moped repair shop. And long story short, we moved from repairing bikes to restoring them to making parts for them to discovering that we could basically have anything made within about 20 miles of Elkhart.
Right, the legacy of manufacturing that's in the area, right?
That's right.
How much of the motorcycle is actually made in Indiana? The parts or the whole thing? I mean,
the easiest thing to do is to say what isn't.
Okay.
So we import our engines, our electronics and lighting, our wheels, and our shock absorbers. That's everything else is made here.
What inspired the design?
The design, we do get the
There's
question.
nothing like it. I mean, I thought it was one of those, really old bikes, but it's
right.
new.
We get the question: is this a replica,
right, or a kit, or something?
Or people will say, their clothing isn't period correct, and I say, well, there is no period. This is a modern motorcycle that looks to what motorcycles, at least in my opinion, should look like. Of course, that does reference 20s, 30s motorcycles design, but also there's lots of technology that's very new.
Completely modern, right. So talk a little bit about how the bike is built.
Yeah, so I mentioned Elkhart. Elkhart County is the RV capital of the world, and we didn't know it when we started Janus, but that allows us to do what we do. We couldn't do it anywhere else.
I see.
And so we partner with quite a few local suppliers who make different parts for us. The chassis on this, for example, is made by an Amish shop that we partnered with since we got started 15 years ago. Same with the fuel tanks. Then exhaust system is made right in Goshen. And then we also partner with domestic and global suppliers. But every motorcycle is hand-built in our shop, hand pinstriped by a small team. We have about 25 employees that are doing everything from the design, the marketing, the sales, the production, and the service. So we do all of it.
Amy, it's a small company by design, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what the niche market is for this, right? Because it's not, you could go out, buy a Honda or buy a Harley or buy an Indian, but people want it. How do you get the right person to get attracted to this bike?
It is a niche product. Our customers are some of the most interesting customers, I believe, in the globe. We have a customer base that's looking for a classically designed motorcycle without the classic headaches of classic motorcycles.
Right.
So the price point is considerably low compared to if you commit to a classic motorcycle. So we have customers that are looking for that clear design that we offer with modern support and supporting a small Main Street business. So they get to know when you purchase a motorcycle from Janus Motorcycles, they know that they're getting to know all of the team, and they get to. It's like we make friends. We're building a community.
Who pinstriped it? They know who assembled it.
Yeah.
Right. How do you compete though within a global economy by doing it that way?
Yeah. Well, we identify our place very clearly. Which if you think about the other manufacturers in the U.S. making motorcycles, you have Indian, Harley Davidson.
Right.
Maybe a couple, Buell would be one that's a lesser known. And then it's us. And these are massive businesses compared to a 25-person little firm. But we do that. We identify what we do is we call it rambling. And it's the opposite of tech heavy, spec heavy, power heavy, noise heavy. It's quiet, slow.
This bike is quiet?
Yeah.
And what's the vibe of rambling? What's the concept
Rambling
behind rambling?
It's
taking the back roads.
Yeah.
It's taking the back roads, it's taking the long way home. It's enjoying your ride. It's not just going from point A to point B. It is everything in between.
So you were also the inaugural winners of the coolest thing made in Indiana.
That's right. That's right.
I think that's a very apropos.
I'm very proud of it.
So as you know, in most businesses, greater volume equals growth, more products sold, more profits. How are you positioning your business since it's so targeted in like a sweet spot, a pocket?
Mm-hmm.
It is the only growing segment of the motorcycle industry right now, is small displacement. So it's we do have an interesting niche of what's happening in the industry. So,
well, in other parts of the world, small displacement it's the thing. It's everything.
Look at the other manufacturers. Harley's coming out with a 450. Triumph. Triumph's main growth segment was in sub 500 cc.
All right. Well, what's in the future for Janus, and are you committed to Northeast Indiana?
Absolutely, yes. Our story is it's central to our story to be in Goshen, in northeastern Indiana. But our goal is to increase our production pace. We have no intention of becoming a Honda, but we do want to increase our production pace and our goal is to be the new American motorcycle manufacturer. So.
All right. Well, we're behind you 100%. Thank you both for coming to the 260. I'll see you out there rambling, I hope. Okay. You can learn more about Janus Motorcycles at janusmotorcycles.com.